Hello, Sula here from MistyHilltops.com. Thanks for stopping by. In this video, I'm working on a traveler's notebook layout that I titled Hermon, and I'm using the digital version of the collection Transatlantic Travel by Carta, and I'm also using one of my templates that I share as freebie on my blog, MistyHilltops.com. These are templates or sketches for traveler's notebooks, but you can easily resize everything to work on a 12 by 12 scrapbook layout, especially because the style of scrapping that I do, or the style of traveler's notebook, is much more like a scrapbook than it is a typical traveler's notebook way of doing things. So here I am putting everything out, laying out everything on the page before I start, because I want to make sure that everything is in the right place, because I want to also make sure that none of the photos go across the two pages there, where through the center line. So I am putting everything there to just get an idea where everything should be on the page. And again, sometimes it doesn't matter to me too much, but in this case I am actually scrapping 3 photos, and so that's a lot of photos for a small page like this, and they're 2 by 3 inch in size, and I just want to make sure that everything works out the way I imagine it. I do plan out my pages on in the Silhouette Studio software, which is a free software that you can just download from the Silhouette America store, and that helps me with preparing everything for the papers, especially when I use digital products. If I use normal paper products, I often don't go with a template that I create in the Silhouette Studio, but even so, sometimes I still use those I create so that I know where I want to put things, how I want to put things, how they will fit. It still helps me a lot, and so either way, I end up using templates or creating templates for myself a lot of times, just because it helps me visualize things a lot better. If I don't have a visualization of it, I don't know how it'll turn out. And often I find that with the digital products, when I create a page, I find that the way I originally imagined it, it wasn't working. For example, the pattern papers are not enough contrast, or too crazy or something. And if you work without a template, I find that then it's too late, especially with real papers, physical products. You cut them into the size that you want them, and then you realize, oh, it doesn't work because it's too much of something there on that page. And so doing something, creating a template and then working from that helps me a lot, actually, in not making wrong choices with the papers and all that. So then here I have all the embellishments. I have the background ready with the photos and the pattern paper. Everything is in order now, and now I can start embellishing things. And here I have a bunch of flowers. These are all flowers that I cut with my Silhouette. They come from the Silhouette store or in my library. For many years I have no idea who they are from. Haven't looked it up. And the leaves, however, are some die-cut pieces there. And I'm adding this little paper flag that goes there at the bottom of the page. And then I have a whole bunch of other little embellishments. This is a stamp that I just fussy cut. Then, as you can clearly see, it is a little uneven the way that I cut it. And then again, I'm trying to decide where do I want to have the embellishments. Especially with the clusters that I'm creating, I don't want to get too far into here. I'm noticing it takes away some of the background of the photo there, and there's still a lot of stuff that you can see in the background. The photos are so small that I don't want to lose too much of the photo. If I used big photos, then it wouldn't matter so much if you place something a little on top of the photo, but with such small photos, I don't want any more of the photo to get lost by being covered up. So here I have again more, it's a mixture of digital like prints that I created them and then cut out, or stamps or die cut pieces. There's a whole mixture of that. And then obviously there's the word strips that I'm also adding to most of my pages. I create those word strips myself. They're available as freebie on my blog, mistyhilltops.com. And there's a whole lot of different kinds of word strips that you can, well, they come as a cut file, or no, not a cut file, they come as a print file that you can print on any source material that you want, and then you can cut it apart using your trimmer or something, or scissors. Here I am ready to get the title on my page. For this I used one of my alpha dyes, and then I used some black watercolor to color it rather than just use black cardstock. What I like about watercolor is that it is an uneven kind of texture, and I'm trying to achieve that. So I'm not brushing it too much over and over. So to cover it evenly, I want that uneven feel to these letters. So this is this is the title there that I decided I will put up there, and then all I need to do is just add the word strips. Again, I do prefer to use titles for my titles. I do prefer to use alpha dyes rather than stickers, because I find for stickers then I'm left with a whole bunch of letters that I would never use or wouldn't know how to use. So with alpha dyes, I find it's very easy. You just cut what you want, and then that way you don't have any wasted paper, you don't have any extra sticker sheets lying around that you need to try and find some use for. And the other thing is I can use it with any kind of media that I want to use for my page. That either I could use it with some of my pattern papers, I could use it with stamps, I could use it with watercolor. There's a whole lot of ways that I can make these titles then match with either the themes or the topics of my page, or the colors, I mean, like the colors or whatever is going on with my page. I can always find some way to use these titles. One of the things that I have to pay attention with scrapping on a small scale is that I cannot make my titles too long or too big, because there's simply not enough space on the page to get it done. Anyway, this is my page done, and at the end I'm flipping it around to cut it apart. I use the back side for that because it gives me a clear line. And I'm going to leave you with some more close-ups. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Consider subscribing, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.